What's up guys, Sam here with FinzTwinsTV, back with another video. Today we're going to be doing another painting video. You seem to enjoy the last one where I painted a crawfish crankbait. Today we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're going to be painting a shad colored crankbait. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Make sure to go down and click that red subscribe button and stay tuned. Alright, so here's my crankbait. This is a deep diving bluegill pattern crankbait. Something I'm never going to need anytime we're going to be using deep crankbaits is going to be in a shad pattern. So we're going to paint this guy up today, and all we're going to need to start is some normal painter's tape and a little Scotch pad. Alright, so first we're just going to rip off a little piece of this Scotch tape, and we're going to start working our way around the bill of this bait and make sure we don't get any paint on this bill. Now I always like to do this in quite a few different sections. Make sure you get around all the little corners. You can just use a couple little pieces, but I find that I can get more round edges and work this tape all the way around the bait when I use these smaller pieces. Now this is a bigger bait. A lot of the smaller baits I'll use, it'll just take a couple little pieces of tape. But since this bill is so big, we'll use some across the top, some across the bottom, and then it'll take a good bit to get all the way across that bill right there in the front. One more piece right there across the front. Wrap all this tape up good. And there we go. It's ready to rock. Next we're going to get our little Scotch pad, and we're just going to scuff this bait up. Now what this is going to do is just going to give that paint a little bit of grit for it to hold on to. I'm going to wipe that bait down, make sure there's no dust sitting on the surface of it, and we're good to paint it. Now what I have here is this little mount. It's called Helping Hands. It has two clips, a bunch of little balls and joints on here that swivel around and make sure you always have the right angle to hold this bait. Normally I'll put one in on the front clip right there and the other end of the bait right there on that back hook. I'm going to set it up straight. You can twist it all kind of different ways. Make sure your bait is sitting perfectly straight. And there we go. He's ready to paint. Now I'm using the eye water brush and all Createx Colors paint. Very simple stuff, but it has everything you need. I'm going to start off using an opaque white. Now for this step, I'll have the PSIs up a little higher than normal just to get some more paint out of there and make this step go by a little faster. So we'll go ahead and put some opaque white in there, and then after that we'll put a little high performance reducer in there, just a few drops, and get it thinned out a little bit. And I just use these little popsicle sticks right here to mix it all together. Alright, we'll go ahead and put a fairly thin coat on this bait. Alright, then we'll go ahead and grab the blow dryer, put it on a low setting, go ahead and dry this first layer out. Alright, we'll go ahead and do it again. Now one thing I noticed, once you put this reducer in there and it thins it out, you gotta make sure you put very thin coats on there or it will blob up, and once you start blow drying it, that paint will start moving around and give you some problems. Alright, we'll blow dry it again. Alright, we'll give it one or two more, and keep in mind all these products I'm using I'll leave down in the description below so you guys can check them out. Alright guys, well that's it for our first base coat. Now we're going to grab just some pearl white, give this bait a little bit of shine, and we're just going to put it on the sides of the bait, just one coat, just to shine it up a little bit. I don't even put any reducer in there, just give it a little flash. Well, this bait is already starting to pop. We're going to add a little bit of yellow to it. Now this is just going to be a very thin yellow line running from just behind this gill back to the back. Alright, there's that yellow line right there. I'm going to flip it over and we'll do that same thing. Alright, now for a little more technical part, we're going to be adding this mesh right here to the bait to add some scales on there. You can find this mesh at any home goods or craft store. It's pretty easy to find. And then also I just have these little alligator clips, and what they're gonna do is they're gonna hold this mesh down, and you're gonna make sure it's super tight all the way around. And your goal here is to make sure that there is no space underneath this mesh. Alright, now here I'm gonna mix up a little bit of gray, and we're going to keep our PSIs fairly low. We're going to be making very thin lines here. Alright, so now I have this real light gray color, and I'm going to run right down this top edge of the bait. I'm not going to go any further forward than that gill though. I'm going to try and keep this in a very thin line. Alright, so now we have this lighter gray streak in there. We're going to add a little bit of black to our gray and darken it up a little bit. Alright, there we go. That's looking pretty good to me. Now what I want to do is switch this gray color out for a gold. Alright, so here I have a pearlized gold color by Createx and this color called sand. I'm going to do about a 50-50 between the two. Now this color is going to go just right around the head area. Now we're going to run that just right behind the eye there and right up around the nose. Alright, there we go. That's all we're going to want to do with this netting on. So we're going to clean our brush out, let that dry a second, and then we're going to get back to painting. Alright, we're good to start taking our clips off now. Do this real carefully. It's super easy to nick that paint. Alright, and then we're going to slowly pick this netting off. There we go. Check that out. That's what we got so far. Looking pretty cool. Alright, so now we're going to mix this up some gray again. And now we're going to run this color straight down the back of this bait. And it's completely fine to let some of this paint run down the sides a little bit. Alrighty guys, well we have our gray there on the back, and now we're going to mix that up with a little bit of blue. Now I'm using a pearlized blue. I think it gives it a really cool shine there on the back. Just add a couple drops of that gray and mix it in. Now we're going to take this bluish color, we're going to run it right up along the back. We're just looking for this bluish color to mix in with that gray. Alrighty, so now all we're gonna do is get a little bit of pink. And we're gonna run it right up on the belly. Alright, we'll go ahead and dry that down a little bit. Alright, well here is our bait. It's almost complete. All you gotta do now is glue some eyes on it and clear coat it, and I'll get back to you guys in just a second and show you all the final product. That's it for today's video, painting a shad or herring colored crankbait. Hope you all enjoyed. If you have any additional questions, make sure to go down in the comment section below and let me know. I'll be glad to answer anything you have. Before you leave, make sure to go down and click that red subscribe button and leave a like. I'll see you guys next time. FinzTwinsTV.